Empaths are usually compassionate, empathetic, and sensitive to the needs and feelings of others. However, being an empath can also come with some challenges, such as feeling overwhelmed by the emotions of others, experiencing emotional fatigue or burnout, and having difficulties setting boundaries or saying no. This does not mean that all empaths are loners or that they do not enjoy socializing. Empaths can also benefit from having meaningful relationships with people who respect their sensitivity, support their growth, and share their values and interests. Why do empaths spend so much time alone? An empath is a sensitive person who can sense and feel the emotions of others, often to a degree that exceeds normal empathy. They have a high level of sensitivity and intuition, which allows them to tune in to the subtle cues and energies of their environment and the people around them. One way people can become empaths is by being raised by toxic parents, but there are also natural empaths. Empaths may experience a range of benefits and challenges as a result of their empathetic abilities, but they also face numerous challenges. They take on the emotions of other people, and that can drain them of energy and vitality. To counteract that, they need plenty of quiet time to do some of the following things. Number 1, to recenter themselves. Empaths need to be alone to recenter themselves because they absorb so much energy from their surroundings. They may feel drained, exhausted, or stressed after being in crowded places, noisy environments, or emotionally charged situations. This is particularly true if they are in a situation where they are experiencing a lot of negative energy. They may also experience physical symptoms such as headaches, nausea, or fatigue. To cope with these effects, empaths need to find a quiet and peaceful space where they can relax and recharge their batteries. They need to disconnect from the external stimuli and reconnect with their own feelings and needs. Being alone to recenter themselves is not a sign of weakness or selfishness for empaths. It is a form of self-care and self-preservation. It allows them to restore their balance and harmony, and to avoid emotional burnout or overload. It also helps them to maintain their identity and boundaries, and to avoid losing themselves in other people's problems or expectations. By being alone to recenter themselves, empaths can replenish their energy and vitality and be ready to face the world again with compassion and kindness. It's important for their romantic partner and the people in their other intimate relationships to understand and respect this. Knowing why can help them support the empath's life strategies. Number 2, to focus on their own needs. Being alone allows empaths to focus on their own needs, feelings, and desires without being influenced or overwhelmed by the energy of others. Being alone also gives empaths a chance to recharge their batteries, clear their minds, and restore their balance. Empaths may find it hard to be alone, especially if they have been conditioned to believe that they are selfish, antisocial, or lonely for doing so. However, being alone is not the same as being lonely. Being alone is a choice that empaths make to honor their own well-being and happiness. Being lonely is a state of mind that empaths can overcome by cultivating a healthy relationship with themselves and others. Number 3, to allow their nervous system to relax. Empaths need to be alone sometimes to allow their nervous system to relax and recharge. When empaths are alone, they can process their emotions and thoughts more clearly. They can release any negative or toxic energy that they have absorbed from others. When they're alone, empaths can reconnect with their inner wisdom and guidance. They can restore their balance and harmony. They can also enjoy the simple pleasures of life, such as reading a book, listening to music, meditating, or spending time in nature. It's important for empaths to honor their nature and respect their limits. They need to replenish their energy and vitality. They need to be alone to be themselves. Number 4, to physically disconnect from others. One of the ways that empaths can prioritize their self-care is by spending some time alone to physically disconnect from others. Empaths need to find a balance between being connected and being independent, and being alone can help them achieve this. Empaths need to be alone to physically disconnect from others, particularly if they are around energy vampires who drain them quickly. But they also need to be careful not to isolate themselves too much or too often. They still need social interaction and connection with others who understand and support them. Empaths need to find their own rhythm and frequency of being alone that works best for them. Number 5, to allow themselves to flourish. Empaths have a great capacity for empathy, compassion, and understanding, which can make them valuable friends, partners, and co-workers. However, being an empath also comes with some challenges because they are emotional sponges. Emotional empaths in particular can easily become overwhelmed by the emotions of others, especially if they are negative emotions or very intense. They can also lose themselves in trying to please or help others, and thereby neglecting their own needs and desires. That is why empaths need to be alone sometimes to allow themselves to flourish. That means creating space and time to recharge, reflect, and reconnect with your own feelings and values. Being alone can help empaths to clear their energy field from the emotional residue of others and to restore their balance and harmony. Being alone can also help empaths to develop their own identity and sense of self, independent of the expectations and opinions of others. Being alone can foster creativity, insight, and growth for empaths, as they can explore their own creative hobbies and passions and discover new aspects of themselves. In the end, being an emotional empath can be a rewarding experience, but it can also be challenging. Because emotional empaths take on the unwanted energy and emotional experiences of the people around them, they tend to like being alone. That gives them the time they need to recharge their batteries, cleanse their energy field, and focus on their own needs. By prioritizing these kinds of self-care activities, empaths can fully enjoy the talent they have for understanding the emotions of the people around them. They can then help them heal from emotional wounds and live happier lives. But an empath will have trouble doing that if they don't take good care of themselves, with plenty of time alone. If you desire to release yourself from the emotional burden of toxic people around you, visit triggerplan.com. You will receive a free guide that is specifically designed to help you identify your emotional triggers and reduce their impact. Don't forget to grab your free copy before leaving the video. Thanks for watching.